have fun with your life, but at the same time, just realize that, time does go by, and it is, time is definitely a real thing.
You want to look back and be happy about like the way you invested your time, right? You don't want to look at it and just be like, damn, where did I spend it all? It's the same as money. You want to be like, damn, this chapter, I did this with my time. This chapter, I invested in this one, and so forth.
Yep. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Reaction Channel. Change your algorithm.
There you go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jules.
It's your boy Nate.
Yeah, we're going to get into something that Nate came across.
Yeah, it's this guy. He's saying why everyone is single now, and he has this perspective. And I saw a little bit of it in the beginning, and I was like, I kind of skimmed through it. And then I was like, okay, he has some pretty good points, but he also looks like butthurt at the same time. And but respect for him putting out this video, man. Shout out to Raymond. I believe his name is Raymond. So, yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's just see what he's got to say.
Facts.
The power grid going for you. You can't just have endless pleasure and endless self-fulfillment. There has to be some level of sacrifice in your life. And some meta sacrifice, some grand existential.
Damn, we chose a good spot, but so this is reminding me, you remember The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Excuse me. I apologize. We're drinking a drink that's carbonated. It created some gas. So you remember in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, like, when we were coming up and we were creating content, we were just like, bro, we were living like the bachelor life. Like we low-key created like our own fraternity house, know? But I remember reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and he was saying that his main goal was he wanted freedom. Like as a writer, as a person, he wanted to be able to travel and like fucking see out the world. But and then as he was traveling, as he was doing it, he was like, damn. He realized, like, at least for him, he felt like, damn, he was kind of chasing like an illusion. It's like this feeling of freedom and it would feel good. But then really he's like, yo, but he's like, what am I really committed to? Like, what does my life mean in a way? You know what I mean? So, and then he realized, for him at least, that he realized that freedom was actually through commitment. Whether it was like committing to a woman that you love and wanting to see if you could experience going on the relationship and becoming engaged and then married, and then also like building a business, committing to that and seeing what comes out on the other side. You know what I mean? So that was kind of interesting to me because I was like, damn, you think freedom is more in like, no, I don't want no obligation and boom, boom, boom. But and then you kind of lose yourself within that. So it's crazy that you jumped right into the spot where he was saying something like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because if you, I can see why people want to do that, just go and travel. And then it's always the person that kind of goes through like all that experience and they get to go and have all the fun and then come tell you, it's not about all the fun. And it's funny because you're like, you hear them and, as a young person, you're like
this. You like this.
All right. And you're like, I'm going to
do it for myself.
Yeah, I do it for myself. But at least when you have an open mind as a kid or whatever, or a younger person, you can at least still go on your journey of traveling and stuff, but you might make it a little bit shorter because you kind of realize what that person that you spoke to about told you.
You're able to connect the dots faster.
Yeah, faster, right.
I'm starting to kind of see, and I can see how this is going to go down the pathway he told me about.
Because they're still going to do what they're going to do. Like whoever he's writing that book for, we're still going to go travel and go do all the stuff, but we're going to remember in the back of our heads that like, okay, let's see if what he's talking about is real. Like, so let's go check this out.
Or maybe if you do still pursue that like idea of like freedom and maybe you'll do it, like maybe we can do it more intentional. Yeah. Like, all right, well, if I'm going to do this, let me try to document my experience, or let me try to like learn from this trip and really learn the cultures that I'm going to. Let me commit to some sort of a mission throughout this traveling and this freedom versus just like, oh, I just want to like see what's out there and just like, nothing ties me back. You know what I mean?
But you almost have to do that. You almost have to not go there with any intentions. Because that's the way you learn the most, is like you're just kind of just going and then you're kind of just letting
see where it takes you.
Like it's just almost You're just like this bird just flying through.
But I don't know. I think because at least if you go there with intention, then at least you have a goal. Then at least you'll learn something specific, or you'll start wondering, damn, what do I want to learn about this culture? Like if I'm going to Jamaica, it's like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, me like, oh, we're gonna go smoke and like boom. But it's like, yo, why don't I really look into the history of Jamaica? Why don't I try to visit like historical places? Let me get out of just, instead of just going there and going to like a resort, let me go to like this place or this place, you know, the neighborhood where Bob Marley grew up, even though I'm pretty sure I can't go there if I'm just a random tourist. But shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So at least that way you walk away from something, like with something.
Yeah, I get that. But when you have no intention, you might end up smoking with the person that knows to get to all those places, and he knows more about those places and probably was Bob Marley's best friend, and he's in the bush and you're smoking weed with him. Just because you had no intention of like having these specific things that you need to get done. It's almost like you let all that go and you're just like, all right, I'm just going to go and explore and just like see what happens. And usually when that happens, like the best things happen out of that.
But I think that's what he did in the book.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why he was able to, well, he didn't really have a plan. He just went out there, started smashing girls and like having a good time. He didn't have a plan. But after doing that over and over and over again, he's just like...
become numb to it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't feel anything anymore. It's like, okay, then shit, what am I doing? Like, you know, which makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, if
you're going to do it, I think the best way, like you said,
there's more than that one information way to skin a cat, pretty much.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm just saying, if we're taking that information that he put in the book, then it's like, okay, if I still want to pursue that freedom and that traveling, boom, how could I do it in a way that's like of value? You know, whether it's like, oh, I want to go to this place and stay there for a month, but I'm going to try to see if I could apply to be like an English teacher while I'm there and actually like sustain myself, teach kids, meet people who live there, but and then also stay there for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And that way, at least you're coming back with like, man, that was a good experience overall. I wasn't there just looking around, looking for a fun time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes when you're not, it's not really like looking for a fun time. Again, there's no intentions behind you exploring and going to another country. So you don't have intentions of having a fun time. You don't have intentions of like, okay, I want to go visit this national museum. You don't have intentions of learning something. You don't have intentions of like, oh, okay, I'm going to meet my mate. That's the whole point, is that like, to me, you're going there just to explore, and there's nothing behind that exploration. And when that happens, I'm saying my personal experience is that, and I've never traveled to, I traveled to Jamaica by myself, but you know, it wasn't like a real exploration experience. It was more like hell. Because I met up with Greg and it was like a bunch of problems.
Oh man.
Yeah. But anyways.
Well, not our Greg, if you know us like
cousin
that.
Greg, yeah. And so anyways, where was I getting to? Oh yeah, so like the exploration side of it is like you're going out. I kind of look at it as like, oh, when I was single and I used to go out by myself to the bar or whatever, I'm not really looking for anything. It's like, oh yeah, it would be nice to get some pussy. That'll be great. But it's not like on my mind. Like I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna go chill, just walk around. And then you just meet these like people that gravitate towards you just to see like, who's this person by themselves? Like, what are they doing here? What's their story? And like, you know, then you meet different people just based upon that.
So you still kind of have an intention though, because you're going out there with like you're going out there with the intention of not looking for something specific, but you're curious to see what you do attract and what raw data you can kind of pull from this. Like
not really, because you're just going there to literally, all right, cool, I'm just gonna have a drink and chill and relax, and then it just happens that way. Like it's just some type of formula that ends up happening, and then all of a sudden, you and that person you just met are gonna go to this museum tomorrow, and it's like your days unfold of like unknowingness. It's crazy, but it works that way too. But there's nothing wrong with planning out your whole shit and like having intentions behind everything you do. I mean, that's great too.
Right.
But yeah.
See whatever we just burned like 10 minutes.
Sacrifice of perpetuating the species.
He's butthurt.
People would rather travel than explore than settle down.
I love him though.
Settling down often comes with responsibilities that can feel limiting. And for many, the freedom to travel and explore is far more appealing. You know what's funny is it just really isn't. They keep telling us this. I keep getting fed travel, 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 travel. Every live stream I do, every video I do, the comments are, you need to get out more. You need to go travel. I have no desire to travel. I don't know how to describe it. It's not there, guys. Without the constraints of a serious relationship or the obligations of family life, single people can prioritize adventure. Yeah, until when? Until you wake up at 35 and you realize that nobody wants to be around you? Like, you're all going to get old. We're all going to get old. And we're not going to be able to just rely on hospice. You know what hospice is? Hospice is what they call, and the state pays for it, and they come and help you die.
That's facts.
Hey, pause.
That's facts. That's true.
I feel like, all right, I don't know this guy. This is my first time seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
And just from like, seeing how he is or whatever, even like that whole bookshelf behind him, he is like almost too smart for his own good.
Mm-hmm.
He like probably super analytical, super like just researchy. And he probably has so much like learned knowledge, but he doesn't have like enough like earned and like lived knowledge. You know what I mean? Because like, I feel like life is balanced, bro. Like, you got to work hard. You got to like be intentional. But at the same time, you do got to have fun, bro. This man looks like he hasn't had fun in any shape or form in a minute. I don't know if that's just because he's bald and like his long beard. Like, he just looks like, man, internally stressed and like, damn, maybe a little unhappy. But yeah, I hope he finds balance, man, because then eventually he probably will eventually be able to meet like a good person that fucks with him and appreciates everything he knows. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's definitely going at this topic a little just like upset in general,
Yeah.
But how you feel?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the guy, but I think he's definitely experienced life for sure. He's probably 40 in his early 40s, and he kind of just was probably having fun. He probably was earning some good money back in the day, having fun with his friends, drinking, traveling.
And now he like regrets it, maybe?
Yeah, he probably regrets it. And he's probably had, he's like, damn, he was in that relationship, like he said, like in 2010, 2011?
He said 2011. That
was his last relationship. Yeah,
he looks
almost 15 years ago.
He looks maybe like, I got to give him at least 40, 42 or under.
Early 40s.
What did you say, early 40s?
Yeah,
My bad. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So
2011,
I mean, he could have had some fun. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was just like, he's like, hey, PSA, it ain't all about it, bro. At some point, you got to get your shit together. Which I get it. Like, it's true. And I think everybody kind of has like that. Even with RTH, like even when we're doing YouTube, I always said when I turn 30, bro, if shit is not fucking forming right, I don't know. I might have to just hop out and just like, do something different. And and I still continue to try to do videos, but I was like, all right, I gotta, go into the corporate world and see how that's going. Cause I do like technology. I do like the tech world.
Facts.
And I was always like, damn, if this doesn't work out the way I want to at this certain time,
make a little
then
pivot.
I'm gonna have to make a pivot. And then that was it. That's how I got into this whole tech shit.
Facts.
Yeah. So I feel what he's saying. I mean, it's not anything. It's not.
For me, it's just more his energy.
Yeah. No, 100%. His energy is on some like,
look at his face.
Fuck everybody. Fuck you. Fuck the dog.
Yeah, it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. But I think now that you said it's more of like a PSA, I think you're right. I think this is like his message to not only his younger self, but also the younger generation of like, yo, stop fucking around. Stop letting society trick you into thinking like not being in a relationship is cool. Like, be intentional. Find someone that you want to like enjoy your life with type shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fulfillment and travel and endless pleasures with hot Marco and Romeo and Chadio and Fatio over in
Chadio
Italy.
and Fatio.
Endless adventures and orgasms.
Endless
No
adventures and
responsibilities.
orgasms.
You
Wow.
women, you would be fine with living that life and having the state pay for the whole thing while you do your travel blog bullshit. and then come back to the States at 60 and go, I've had a good life. It's time to go die and go to the Soylent Green factory and put on the tape of the sunset and go into the great beyond.
Yeah. My boy's, he on the Kanye level rant.
I can't work. I'm done. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to live anymore. You've all bought this lie. Are you enjoying your life? You know, I'm not trying, again, I'm being selfish here when I say this. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to convince anyone else how to live, how they should be, how life should be. I'm being virtuously selfish here in a Randian sense. I have to exist in this shit future. And I don't enjoy it. Like, there's got to be someone who wants to have sex with, like, come on. Like,
yeah, that's where it comes down to. It's all, okay, this whole thing, this whole video boils down to him trying to get some ass. And, hey, ladies, shout out to my boy, Raymond.
Yeah, man.
Hey, yo, go holler at him on the tube, man, and on his socials, and link in the description.
Mm-hmm. Let him know your perspective.
You're open.
And if you're not interested, let him know why. Let him know. So give him some data. He looks like a data guy. Give him some data he can kind of collect and be like, okay, damn, maybe I gotta like move a certain way or position, you know, present myself a better way so I could like meet women in real life. Or yeah, maybe he's too much on live stream, too much on YouTube, and like, damn.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. As an older person, I could see how that's like not good, because you know how it is when you get older. You already don't have time for homies.
Yeah.
You're trying to make time for friends and relationships. So now if you're live streaming and on computer all the time, and he looked like he probably worked from home too if he's not doing just content creation full time, like, yeah, man.
Watch him do like a reply video to this. This is crazy. Listen,
Fuck
you little
guys.
dweebs.
Freaking Aladdin and Martin Lawrence over.
Yeah, but shout out to you, Raymond. This is a good PSA. I think you had a lot of great points in here.
Right. We definitely hear your frustration.
You got to get out and you got to go talk to those ladies, bro. You got to go do that, man. Because you got a good personality, man. You know, you can bag something.
Yeah. And if you're ever in South Florida, if you want some homies to help, you know, go out and kind of see what's out there, hit us up.
For
hit us
sure,
up, brother.
For sure, Raymond. But yeah, man, this was awesome, man. This is a dope thing. You guys, like, I think the moral of the story is like, have fun with your life, but at the same time, you know, just realize that, you know, time does go by, and it is time is definitely a real thing. So,
right. You want to look back and be happy about like the way you invested your time, right? You don't want to look at it and just be like, damn, where did I spend it all? It's the same as money. You know, you want to be like, damn, this chapter, I did this with my time. This chapter, I invested in this one, you know, and so forth.
Yep. All right, y'all. See ya.